DevOps was supposed to unite developers and operations. One team, one workflow, one mission. Fast forward a decade, and most engineers will tell you it's turned into a buzzword circus. Every company claims they do DevOps, but nobody seems to know what that even means anymore. Let us talk about why DevOps has lost the plot, and why it might be time to call out the nonsense. Back in the early 2010s, DevOps was revolutionary. It promised to end the war between developers, who wanted to move fast, and operations teams, who wanted stability. It was about collaboration, automation, and continuous delivery, beautiful concepts that made sense. But like all great ideas in tech, once the corporate world got hold of it, the meaning got lost in translation. Today, DevOps is less a philosophy and more a checkbox. A label companies slap on their teams to sound modern, even if they're doing the exact opposite. The original vision, the DevOps movement, started as a rebellion. It was about breaking silos, making developers care about infrastructure and sysadmins care about code. Tools like Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and Terraform made automation possible, and companies embraced continuous everything. But then came the buzzword phase. Recruiters started listing DevOps Engineer as a job title. Suddenly, the movement that was supposed to eliminate silos created a new one. Reason 1. The DevOps Engineer paradox. Let's get this straight, there was never supposed to be a job called DevOps Engineer. The point was to make everyone responsible for deployment, monitoring, and uptime. But instead of blending roles, companies invented a new one. Someone expected to be part developer, part sysadmin, part cloud architect, and part magician. One job listing summed it up perfectly. Looking for a DevOps engineer with 10 years of Kubernetes experience, even though Kubernetes didn't exist that long. It's not DevOps anymore, it's DevOps. Reason 2. Tool obsession over culture. DevOps was supposed to be a cultural shift, not a shopping list. Yet most teams now define DevOps by their toolchain. If you use Docker, Jenkins, or AWS pipelines, congratulations, you're doing DevOps. Except you're not. Buying tools doesn't create collaboration. Installing Kubernetes doesn't eliminate silos. If developers still throw code over the wall to ops, and ops still blame devs for downtime, you've just automated the dysfunction. Reason 3. Automation theater. A lot of DevOps today is just automation theater. Dashboards, pipelines, and metrics everywhere, but no one really knows what's happening. You've got Jenkins pipelines that trigger Docker builds that call Ansible scripts that deploy Helm charts that trigger Prometheus alerts that send Slack messages nobody reads. It looks impressive. It sounds modern. But it's often a fragile, over-engineered Rube Goldberg machine that breaks every other Friday. Reason 4. Cloud complexity overload. DevOps was supposed to simplify things. Ironically, it's made them more complex. Now, instead of deploying a simple web app, you're managing clusters, service meshes, CI/CD pipelines, YAML Hell, and 300 AWS permissions just to say hello world. Most teams spend more time maintaining DevOps infrastructure than building the actual product. The goal was faster delivery. The result is often burnout, bloated cloud bills, and endless incident postmortems. Reason 5. DevSec BizDataOps, the buzzword explosion. Once something becomes popular in tech, we can't resist overcomplicating it. Enter DevSecOps, DataOps, BizOps, FinOps, MLOps. Soon we'll have OpsOps just to manage all the other ops. Each new variation adds new layers of jargon and job titles, but rarely solves the cultural problem DevOps was meant to fix: ownership and collaboration. The harsh truth, DevOps hasn't failed, it's just been hijacked. The original idea was brilliant. The execution, not so much. Instead of breaking silos, we've built an entire industry of certifications, courses, and consultants to explain a concept that was supposed to simplify development. Real DevOps isn't about pipelines or dashboards, it's about accountability. Developers who care about uptime, operations who care about speed, teams who communicate like humans. Conclusion: DevOps started as a philosophy. Now it's a PowerPoint template. The endless tools, job titles, and buzzwords have buried the core message: collaboration over chaos. The truth? Most teams don't need a DevOps transformation. They need common sense. Clear ownership, simple pipelines, and fewer layers of process. DevOps didn't fail us, we failed DevOps. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more honest takes on software, AI, and the madness of modern tech culture.